Good morning, guys. It's me, Ada. I'm back and I'm not back. I haven't been on here since October 11th, of course, 2018. I'm just updating you guys. I don't know, I got a couple of subscribers and stuff about what's going on with me as far as the Benzo withdrawals and the Suboxen reinstatement. Um, Folks, it's been a fucking nasty ride. Um, it's been awful. It's been awful. This Clonopin thing was not working for me. I was in serious withdrawal. I streamed the video October 8th. I saw it. And 2 days after that, I was complaining about the Clonopin not working. It hit me so fucking bad. And surprisingly, my appointment with the doctor was that week, that Monday. This was Friday. I was starting to suffer really bad stuff. And by Sunday night, I was in full blown. Nothing was working for me. I didn't have any Suboxens or nothing. I was so bad. I didn't want to go to the hospital because I knew they weren't going to do anything. They really don't give you any psych meds like that, serious drugs like that unless you go to your doctor. So I didn't bother to do that or sit in a freaking hospital for hours on end, moaning and groaning, and nothing was going to be done once they knew the story. So, like I said, when I went back, before I went back to the doctor that week, I said, I told my sister, I got to go back on Suboxen. And I already had 9 months clean off of Suboxen. But to make a long story short, what happened with that, I successfully withdrew from the Suboxen with the Kratom's help. Thank you, Kratom. That wasn't the problem. The problem was the Clonopin. I put it down and I didn't realize I was on it, but I really didn't know what it was. He said I suffer from anxiety. I beg to differ with that. I don't really have problems with that. But then I was on Suboxen, so I was numb for the past years. So when I stopped taking it, I didn't even know. I just knew that I flipped and was going into withdrawal. I said, well, how could I be doing that? If in August I already had like 6 months off Suboxen, why am I going backwards? And it turned out to be it was the Clonopin. So I went back on the Clonopin. It worked for a little bit, but still something was wrong. I kept feeling it wasn't fully working. And I was still feeling withdrawals. So, and then I started losing mad weight. I lost 25 pounds through this whole withdrawal process. And trust me, I'm not done yet. So I tell you, like, this experience has been crazy. Then in July, I think, I said I'm going cold turkey because the Clonopins were not working. So I put them down because it seemed to me like they were making me sick as hell. So what I did was I stopped and I went full blown withdrawals for 6 weeks. That's all I was giving it. After 6 weeks, it was just getting more intense, like 100 times more intense. I suffer more from the benzo withdrawal than I did with the Suboxen. With the Suboxen, once the Kratom, and I knew how to dose and everything, I was fine. Never missed a day of work while I was withdrawing from Suboxen with the Kratom. No problem. That benzo shit, I was out almost the whole entire month. My job was like, why don't you just go on sick leave? I didn't want to tell them nothing was going on. But I managed to make it through that. But I couldn't go to work. I couldn't do it. After 6 weeks, every day was getting more intense and more intense and more intense. And these feelings of just wanting to end it was really a lot of things were going through my head. Like, I'm like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And then I said, you know what? I got to go on Suboxen. Even though I went on Suboxen, I'm still withdrawing from Clonopin as I sit here because I went on in October 11th. That's when shit hit the fucking fan that day. I came home shaking and everything, and I popped one in. I was still shaking and vomiting and all the 9 yards. And I took another one. Things finally started even out, but I still felt like shit. And after that, I spent 2 months. Now I'm on it. I'm going to be on it 60 days, January the 11th. It would be 60 days, 90 days on Suboxen. 8 milligrams only. I take 4 in the morning and 4 at night. But in the beginning, I was taking total like 8 in the morning, 8 at night because I felt the Clonopin right through it. That's when I said, what am I going to fucking do? If the Suboxen ain't helping, what the fuck? How am I going to do this? I didn't know how. But then eventually the Suboxen started subsiding and it started working. And I I was a little bit upset because I had 9 months clean off of it. And then I started researching the Klonopin, and the things I found, I literally cried because I wanted so much to succeed. I say I did succeed from the Suboxen withdrawal, but if I wasn't on that Klonopin, I would be celebrating a year in January 11th of Suboxen. A year. But all is not gone, you guys. All is not gone. Because I'm going to give myself, I have to, a year and maybe 6 months, I say, for the benzos to completely leave my body. And then again, I don't know, because every time I look at a video of benzos and stuff, there's people suffering even after 2 years. There's no way that I was going to sit there and suffer like that. I just couldn't stand it. It was the worst feeling of my life. I think having a baby was even better than that. But like I tell you guys, it was so intense. Like, and then I still feel some of the benzos. Like, I wake up every morning, my stomach is like off the charts, so upset, bloated in the morning. Then it comes down later on in the afternoon, and nauseated all the time. In the morning, the worst part is the nausea. At night, I could feel like from my head to my toe, all my nerve endings, like feel like they're on fucking fire. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm fire. Like, I literally feel like somebody has a match lit inside me. So I'm still feeling the benzo withdrawals. Not as intense, but it's still annoying as fuck, you know? And like I said, I lost 25 pounds behind that shit. It is now that I'm starting to gain a little weight here and there. And I'm talking about this thing. I would go 4 days without eating. And it was getting scary because I wasn't hungry. I wasn't hungry, and you got to eat to keep those organs going, you know? So my sister said, yo, you can't go on like that. And I was getting weaker and weaker, but eating was like so nauseating. Oh, it was disgusting. Dehydrated. I was a mess. I'm still a bit a mess, not as much, but like I said, I had to go on the Suboxen. I didn't have to. I wanted to, because as long as there's something out there that'll help me with the withdrawals, with the benzos, I'm gonna do it. You know, but I'm not gonna stay on it as long as I was for like 4 or 5 years, I think, without even realizing it. But eventually everything comes to an end. And at least now I know that there's hope. Suboxen you can withdraw from Suboxen. You can have a full recovery, you know, with your receptors and all. It can happen. So in the year 2020 of January is when, you know, hopefully I'll be around. I ain't going to say that, but that's my date of getting off the Suboxen in January 20. I'm going to give maybe a little bit more time, like a year and 6 months maybe, or a year and 3 months, until I don't feel nothing at all. When I think I feel safe enough to start withdrawing from the Suboxen, I will. But the Klonopin, folks, I'm not going through that. I mean, I'm going through it now with the help of the Suboxen. Without the Suboxen, folks, I refuse to sit here like that. I couldn't do it. There's no way I could have functioned. I mean, I laid here in the dark. I'm talking about dishes piled up, dogs shitting everywhere. It was awful. And I'm not like that, but I couldn't do anything. It consumed my fucking life. Literally, I thought it was over for me. I'm talking about dog piss and shit. I would pick up the shit so I wouldn't step on it. But my house was truly fucking a mess. And then this is crazy, about 2 weeks ago is when I actually started feeling almost 80% better, where I cleaned up my whole house, you know, and I started to go shopping. I started feeling a bit normal, but yet still going through withdrawals at night. And in the morning, to me, is like the worst part, because I wake up nauseous. Sometime at night, I jump up because it feels like all my nerves are on fire. It's really crazy. Waking up shaking. And I already got on the way Nicorette Derma CQ. I don't know. It's for stop smoking. Those helped me. I quit like 3 months. I don't know why I started, but I can do it. But I have shortness of breath. I ran for the bus the other day and I thought I was going to pass out. This lady looked at me like, "You okay?" I was like, "Not really." But I just wanted to get on here and tell you guys I'm okay. And I couldn't make a video. I couldn't make a video. I couldn't. I was so fucked up. I was so fucked up, guys. And like, I'm here to tell you that, whatever decision you make, it's okay. It's okay. I kept beating myself up about going back on Suboxen. Suboxen is a demon thing. It is. But right now, it's rescuing me from all that bullshit of the benzos. It really, really is. And like I said, if there's something out there that can help me beat this benzo, I'm going to do it. So yes, I'm back on Suboxen. And I'm on 8 milligrams. And sometimes, like right now, I'm starting to feel a little better. But for the last couple of days, I wasn't feeling so great. Like, I knew what it was, but you get used to it. And praying a lot. I do a lot of praying. When those feelings start coming back, I do a lot of praying, folks. I don't want to feel sick like that. And I spent the whole year detoxing from one drug to another. But like I said, now I know what I'm up against as far as detoxing from the Suboxen. It's doable. I did it. You guys can do it too. But unfortunately, that Klonopin is the worst thing ever. Like, God, guys, don't get on that shit. Don't try to find a natural way or something other than benzos. Even antidepressants. The only antidepressant I would stay on is the Lamictal. He told me I was suffering because I wasn't taking my Lamictal, but my brain was so fucked up. I didn't know what the fuck it was. I know it was those Klonopins. I know it was those Klonopins. They weren't working. They weren't doing nothing for me. Like I said, I am not going backwards. Sometimes I feel like, let me detox from Suboxen now. I have 90 days on it. But I'm not going to fool myself because it takes more than 90 days to get off the Klonopin. I read one comment on a benzo video where this gentleman said his doctor told him, one doctor, being honest with him, told him it takes about a year to get off Klonopin. It takes about a year. But I see people suffering a year or two yet. But like I said, Suboxen has an ending. It ends. I was okay after 90 days. Not 100%, but I was okay. But benzo seems like a constant thing, and I'm suffering a lot from gastrointestinal issues. And sometimes I feel pain in my private area, like somebody's stepping on my uterus. In the back of my neck, knots back here. It's just, but I can make it. But I tell you, if it wasn't for Suboxen, I wouldn't be here right now. I don't know what. I probably would be dying in this bed. But it saved me once. It could save you too. I'm not advocating for Suboxen. Like I said, Suboxen is the devil. It was time for me to get out of it. It did what it did for me. Got me off of drugs for 4 years. It did a lot. Got me jobs, went to school, working, got my own apartment. It did its job. So it was time, for it to be gone. I did it. But boom, here comes this Klonopin, which I didn't know how detrimental that shit could be until the end. Until the end. Like I said, I would have been celebrating a year, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm here to tell you guys it's doable. Don't feel bad if you have to go back on it. Don't feel bad. Because this time I'm going to do it the right way. If I would have known then what I know now, I would have stayed on the Suboxen and start titrating off the Klonopin. Because as long as you're on the Klonopin, it does lessen the withdrawals a lot. A lot. But I probably would have been more successful than going the other way. But listen, it is what it is. This is me. Here I am. I'm just here to tell you guys that this is where I'm at right now. I'll make videos here and there letting you know how it goes. But so far, I've been able to manage. Like I said, the nights are kind of fucked up for me. Like, sleeping is a fucking problem for me. So every now and then, I take a sleeping pill. But with the Suboxen, it helps me sleep. So, but I know, with the withdrawal with the Suboxen, it was like, I didn't sleep for 7 days. But I know what's ahead of me when the time comes for me to withdraw off Suboxen. But I do not plan to stay on Suboxen 2 years. No, maybe a year and a half. And it's shitty that I'm sitting here saying it, but it's because of the fucking Klonopin. Right now, I'm a hostage to Klonopin, to the point where I'm on Suboxen. But I do this to make me feel better about the whole situation. I think about every day you're on Suboxen is one day less you're on the Klonopin. Two right don't make a wrong, folks. No, it don't. But I ain't gonna suffer. I'm not suffering like that. Right now, it's very, very minor suffering. It's lingering in there. I know it's in there because I feel it. Not as 100 times intense, but I feel it. So it's still there. So no, I can't detox from the Suboxen right now because of the Klonopin, so I have to stay on it. So, but in January 11th, I'll be 90 days off the Klonopin. But like I said, I didn't start feeling better until the last 2 weeks. And then I had a little minor setback last week where I'm still feeling it right now. The stomach issue is horrendous. I had this one probiotic I started when I was detoxing Suboxen, but it was $49, and I just wanted to see if it worked. It did work, but I said you could get your money back if you weren't satisfied, and I did. But I was satisfied with it. I just couldn't afford $49 a month. So right now I'm going to be researching probiotics and stuff like that, so it could help my stomach, because every time I eat something, even the most simple, I'm not eating no fried foods right now at all. No whole milk stuff, cheese very rarely. I got to change a lot of that because it really upsets me. And there's certain things that you got to be careful because it wakes up the monster. It really does. Like alcohol. I didn't drink this Christmas, but I'm not much of a drinker anyway. But if I wasn't on the Klonopin, as I say, I'm on the Klonopin, even though I'm not taking it in my mouth and in my system. If I was to take a drink right now, it would really wake up the monster, and I don't want that. Anyway, Klonopin and alcohol don't fucking mix. That's a blackout right there, and you don't know what happens during blackouts. You'd be like, "What? I did that?" So yeah, no, I don't want that to happen. And be careful with certain supplements, because I know there's certain supplements. Like I took a magnesium the other day, and it kind of woke up the Klonopin a bit. So I felt really shitty, and I didn't take it. So I'm going to wait a little longer to start my magnesium again. But like I said, year 2020, in June, probably, I'll start doing the withdrawal of the Klonopin. Of the Suboxen, which would be a year and 6 months. And I'm going to try very hard to take care of myself during those times, leading up to the whole withdrawal process and stuff like that. So I'm going to try my best to make sure my body is ready, because if I was to do that now, it would be like kindling, my body wouldn't know what's going on. So to be on the safe side, I'm going to give it 16 months, like a year and 6 months. That's what I'm going to give it, a year and 6 months. So the year 2020 in June, that's the day I'm going to pick. Hopefully, maybe I'll be lucky. Maybe I won't suffer, and maybe I'll be done with it. Once I get off this box and I'll be done with the Klonopin, I won't feel a thing, but who's to know? I'm hoping that I won't be one of those people that's suffering 2 years. But I'm pretty sure that you don't suffer 2 years strictly with the physical part, but there's other parts attached to that. Mental and the gastrointestinal is like the fucking worst. Numbness in your feet, shortness of breath, and this is not helping me any. And that's going to be my New Year's resolution. I did it once. I can do it again. And yeah, so I just thought I'd tell you folks, I'm back. I'm going to try making videos as much as I can. But right now, I'm recovering from the Klonopin, and I'm still doing it. And I just wanted to let you guys know, because I got a couple of subscribers. This is where I am right now. And I'm going to stay in this position for a while because it's safer for me. I was thinking of some real crazy shit when I was withdrawing from that Klonopin. I can't do it. I can't do it. And the worst part of it is stopping it and starting it again. My body was so fucked up. You know, and he got me on Celexa. And he doesn't know I don't take that shit at all. I don't take Celexa at all. I'm not messing with no SSRI. I'm not doing none of that. I take my Lamictal. That's the only medication that I want to be on besides my vitamins. And that's because I am bipolar. It's a fact. And I know I'm up and down. And I don't want to get rid of my Lamictal because I will get depressed. I do fall under that category, you know, so I don't have a problem with that. And but the rest of that stuff gotta go. So right now I'm just gonna sit back and just let time heal wounds. You know, that's what I need to, you know, do. Let time heal my body and treat my body like a temple. I'm gonna stay away from grease, which I have for a while. Get on some vegetables. I'm researching a probiotic, you know, see which one is good out there and affordable to help me with my gastrointestinal issues, which I think I will have for a while. And then Suboxen also has a tendency of making me bloated, but it's only been 90 days. So right now I'm not as bloated as I was, but I felt it this morning. I worked this morning and I was so nauseous, so nauseous. I thought I was going to vomit. I carry around a plastic bag in my work bag because I do go through a lot of times where I'm nauseated and certain smells make me sick. So that's why I know my body's not ready. And let's be real, it's just not. I'm still in the Klonopin phase. But with what I know now, come hell or high water, I'm never going to touch a Klonopin. And I got like 3 bottles of that shit there. And I am so scared of them. They do nothing for me anyway, those little devils. But, you know, I don't know why he put me on that. And then he said, oh, well, you're not supposed to take it every day. I said, the bottle says take twice a day. Why am I on these? Oh, to help you sleep. Klonopin is not made for that. Not really for a long time. Maybe for others, it's okay. You know, those who really, really suffer from anxiety, I don't suffer like that. Maybe once in a while I get a little anxiety, but it's nothing for me to be popping a fucking pill over. It's just not. It's not. I was poorly diagnosed. You know, and then when I went last month, he had the audacity to ask me if I needed more Suboxen. Are you fucking serious, dude? Be careful with these doctors, guys, because they're not the one consuming the product. You are. You know, each time he writes the script, he gets something out of it. I just looked at him. I said, no, I'm all right now. If I feel funny or whatever, I'll let you know. But for now, when the withdrawals of the Klonopin start, when it gets a little bit like bad, because it does, but not as bad, but bad enough that I feel very fucked up, I'll take another piece. That's what they're there for. That's what I'm going to do. And I thought of that, just saying, give me another 4 milligrams to make sure, because I want to make sure that I ain't suffering. But there is a little bit of upset days. And then I'll go through days like 2 weeks of feeling very good. And then another week comes in and I feel like, oh my God, what the fuck? It comes back. I guess that's what they call the waves. Yeah, window period. I went through a window period after 2.5 months. I went through 2 weeks of window period feeling, oh my God, thought I beat it. And then it snuck in again. So this is where I'm at. So I just want to let you guys know I'm okay. Keep watching. I will, you know, let you know as I go along how I feel. You know, but like I said, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm going to stay. Everybody knows what's good for them and what's not good for them. No, I'm not happy I'm on Suboxen. No, I'm not. But I'm not. I'm happy that I'm not suffering. And if I did it once, I could do it again. And so can you. I just want to let you guys know. Keep the faith. See you guys later. Have a good day.